Well, good evening. This is Dwan on a Tuesday evening, and I'm here with Dan and Mandy Jorgens. They're two of our volunteer leaders. And typically on a Tuesday night, we have a time of worship with everyone together, and then we break into different programs, different topics that we're covering for that night based on what program different people are in. And so we wanted to share with you just a little bit because all three of us are facilitating tonight. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we're covering, and I wanted to hit the other topics a little bit that are going to be covered too. So the other groups are going to be covering like roots of homosexuality. So like what are the things that lead into a struggle with same-sex attraction, and then also mending the souls, doing a lot of kind of introductory things like and foundational beliefs, like what are beliefs that affect us when we are survivors of sexual abuse. So those are a couple things that are happening otherwise. But Dan, what group are you facilitating for tonight?
I'm working with the Clean Heart Year 1 guys.
And what is Clean Heart?
Clean Heart is a 2-year program for guys that are struggling with pornography addiction or sexual addictions.
Okay, cool. And so what's the topic that you're covering tonight?
Tonight we're digging into a lot of the brain science, which is really fascinating, the way God made our brains. And it talks, the curriculum talks about the generational curses and some of the aspects of how that affects your brain and it's passed down. And then, so ultimately we can work on breaking generational curses and go to the generational blessings that God talks about.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Cool. And I'm actually going to be facilitating in Clean Heart Year 2. So they go through first year and then the second year guys who've been through first year already. And I'm going to be talking about understanding fantasies, which it sounds like a little bit of a crazy topic, but really it's there's value in kind of going, okay, what does that fantasy actually point to in me? What's the legitimate need that God's put in me that I'm trying to find in a distorted sort of way? And so we have to sort of get past the shame a little bit in that, which once they've been here for a year, they understand that we love them, we value them, that we're not going to look down on them. And so it opens the door for us to be able to talk about some of these deeper, kind of more personal things. But really that's the place that a lot of healing can happen, is when we can really face those difficult things. So, but then Mandy, you're facilitating for a different group. So what group are you facilitating for?
I'm facilitating for Hope Together Year 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Hope Together is for spouses of porn or sexual addicts. And so, they're in their second year of going through the program.
Yeah. So what are you talking about tonight in Year 2?
So we're talking about trauma or codependency. So some of our behaviors as betrayed wives, some of them can look like we're being codependent, but like the background out of it is trauma. So we're trying to gain control of a situation so that we're not traumatized, because that's so kind of brain science too. That's what our brains say. This is what's going to stop the behavior. This is what's going to make me safe. And so really digging into some of that stuff and some of the different traumas from different times during our lives, and seeing the lies that Satan has added to those traumas, because we can't change the traumas, but we can change the lies attached to them. So
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And so in obviously all the ladies you're working with are in Year 2, so they've kind of had a foundation.
Yeah.
In Year 1, tonight they're going to be doing some just foundational things again. I'm kind of like, okay, what are some of the tools and things that I need to have as I'm kind of navigating this idea of recovery, walking alongside my husband, or and navigating that. So that's kind of a picture of tonight, of the different topics we're going to cover. And so as always, we value your prayers and appreciate you partnering with us and being along for the ride. So thanks very much, and we will see you next time.